My first interaction with the senator and his staff was back in 2009, 2010, when he was part of not the bipartisan effort on climate action, but the tripartite approach of himself, Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, Senator John Kerry, Democrat from Massachusetts, and Senator Joe Lieberman, independent from Connecticut. And it was these three senators who really had the strength of character and the courage to put forward some great ideas on how we can address climate change in the United States. This is 17 years ago. So he's not new to this issue. He's not new to the idea of trying to come up with the sane and reasonable solutions to some of our really thorny problems here we have in the United States. Unfortunately, for some people who are on the sane and reasonable center, you tend to take arrows from all sides. But he's more than willing to take that kind of pressure, that kind of heat. He, again, as many of you know, is talking publicly talking about a thing called carbon tax. And so we really appreciate the fact that the Senator, A, has taken some time to come over and talk with us, but B, his continued leadership, his long time and continued leadership on the issues of climate change and addressing those in a sane manner. So, Senator Graham.
Thank you very much. It wasn't 17 years ago, but it feels like it. So here's the great trade-off. Energy independence is a good thing. Job creation in America is a necessary thing. And being better stewards of God's creation is a worthy thing. So how do you do all three? By putting a price on carbon, you will accelerate alternative energy technologies, and the GDP of the country over time will grow. To the fossil fuel industry, we're going to do it in a business-friendly manner. Oil and gas are with us for a while to come. There's ways to make coal cleaner through sequestration. Carbon sequestration. I've seen it in play in Canada. The bottom line is nuclear power is essential if you're serious about getting to lower emissions. Offshore drilling for oil and gas is still part of the equation. I'd rather find it here than buy it from somebody who hates our guts. So here's the deal. To the environmental community, you need a guy like me, and I need somebody like you. I'm trying to improve the economy. We're going to have cars that go further on a gallon of gas in the future. There'll be cars that do not use gasoline at all. So the Highway Trust Fund is collapsing. We need to find another source of revenue because driving is going to change. When it comes to building homes and offices and structures, we can make them more energy efficient, which lowers your energy costs, good for the carbon problem, and at the end of the day, will create a lot of jobs. So you got transportation, you got power production, you have individual utilization. All three of those produce carbon. The goal is in each sector to find ways to lower carbon to deal with the climate change issue, create jobs, and do it in the least disruptive manner to the economy as possible, quite frankly, to enhance the economy. Does that make sense? So here are the trade-offs. When it comes to oil and gas exploration, we need more. When it comes to energy efficient homes and offices, that's the low-hanging fruit. We should incentivize that. We're crazy if we don't. When it comes to transportation, we need to redesign the Highway Trust Fund because it won't work under the current model. By putting a fee on carbon, you accelerate all this. You take the money that would be generated. You can lower people's energy costs. You can have rebates for gas tax increases. And you also can do some things with roads and bridges you could never do with otherwise. So to me, it's a win-win. Change is hard, but change is coming. You see the change in the environment. I don't believe it's an accident that it's been this disruptive. I don't know exactly how much man has contributed to the problem, but I believe greenhouse gas effect is real. And I want to deal with it now so that people will benefit later in a business-friendly manner. It takes coalitions. It takes the oil and gas companies to buy in, and a lot of them have. It takes people on the environmental side to be reasonable. It takes leadership in the Senate and the House, and it's going to take presidential leadership. I do believe that there is a deal to be had that will increase the GDP of America, not decrease it, that can make the planet a much more healthier place to live and create jobs in our backyard rather than them going to China. And above all else, wean us off fossil fuels from areas of the world that are very dangerous. You want to improve American national security? Make us independent of fossil fuels in the hands of the people who hate our guts. I look forward to working with you. I'm practical. I hope you will be. You got a worthy cause to fight for, and future generations will look upon us with a smile if we pull this off. If we don't, then God help us all. Thank you very much.